Hello everyone, it's Brett here, Lionheart84, and we're having a quick look today, now that we're heading sort of well late into spring now. It's time to get some of the plants out of indoors and have a look and see what remedial action they need and rejuvenation. And there's plants such as, this is I think it's a tropical guava I've had the longest. It's the oldest one I've got. It's not as big as it might be because in the first, I think it was the first winter I had it, early in the winter the plant suffered root rot and it died back heavily, and I ended up having to do a complete bare root treatment of it sort of late in winter, early in spring, and it took the whole year to recover. But these are the sort of problems I get with these anyway when they're overwintered indoors in the kitchen. The combination of lack of light and dry air causes all sorts of problems. So this one here deserves, I've kept it fairly root bound, mainly because it reduces the likelihood of root rot and it keeps the plant slightly more vigorous, and it has actually started to put out new growth and recover. But it's got quite a lot of mealybugs on it which I'm going to spray. I'm also going to repot the plant and try and get it really going this summer, and see if perhaps we can get some flowers on it. But more crucially, I need to remove. There's a lot of dead growth here. So what I need to concentrate on doing is removing branches like this one that are crossing over on the inside of the plant, which you may or may not be able to see. There's another one here that is crossing over, and although it's the only branch on there, I think the best thing to do is to take it off right down to here, and hopefully that will rejuvenate and come out. So the first job I have to do is cut any dead shoots back to healthy living growth. Now if there are branches crossing, they need to be removed as well, to be honest. And it's best to cut dead growth right back to main stems. They've got a chance to rejuvenate. So if we have a look round, you might be able to see, I can't see very well what I'm showing on the camera because it's actually quite nice and sunny today. So little branches like this need to be removed. Dead branches, you can probably hear someone in the background watching football from the sound of things. Anything that's loose, even this loose bark, can be removed because this is the perfect hiding place for mealybugs. And as I'm going to repot it and spray it, it makes sense to remove anywhere where they can be hiding. So I'm taking off any small, thin, spindly growth that's died back over the winter. The growth at the top looks mostly okay, and obviously I want to encourage some of these new shoots because these new shoots might potentially produce flowers this year. Again, if I've got any branches that are growing, sometimes it's a shame to remove these largish branches, but when they're growing straight across into the middle of the plant, it's not good for the light getting to the middle of the plant and for opening it up. So I just sort of have a very quick, just a quick demonstration on taking off a few branches. My next job will be to spray it, and I'm going to put it into a much bigger pot. Well, not much bigger, but a considerably bigger pot. It will depend when I take it out how the roots look, but the plan is to put it into a larger pot, and I'm going to try this out in the mix I'm using for citrus, the 511, because I think it'll aerate the roots a lot more, and possibly in the case of the guava means I can water it more regularly to keep it well hydrated, but without any risk of root problems. So I'll be mixing it. It's mostly going to be orchid bark with some perlite, and I'll probably add some peat into it as well. Don't seem to be any serious problems apart from the mealybug on it. There's a few scale insects, but they're not too terrible. But we can deal with those if they get worse over the course of the summer. Okay. thanks for watching the video. I might actually, I say thanks for watching the video. I think I'll probably come back to it after I've repotted it, so I'll pause it for now and then complete the video after it's been potted and sprayed. So I've decided, as it's the guava I've had the longest and my most important guava, I thought I might as well feature in a quick repotting as well. So we'll pop it out the pot and see what the roots look like on it. It looks from the roots at the bottom like it's pretty well established, but yeah, not bad at all really. It's pretty dry and light at the moment. I'm just going to shake a bit of soil this off into the mix, just a little bit, so that I don't waste too much of the mix. I have decided to go a fair bit bigger on the pot, probably not necessary, but I just want to see if I can get this one to really take off this year. It's not too heavy, the root ball, so I don't think I need to worry about taking, it's not like it needs a bare rooting or anything. I don't want to shock it too much because I'd like it to grow as quick as possible. So I'm just going to pop that there. I'm going to mix some granular fertiliser into the new compost to give it a boost, because the one disadvantage of this bark, this high proportion of bark mix, is there's very little in the way of natural feed in it for the plants. So I'll probably have to increase my feeding regime to help the plants get a boost. Looking too low still. That's the downside of putting a much larger pot. You need to use a lot more of the potting mix. It's quite expensive here to get this orchid bark and use it for potting. That should be okay, height wise. Luckily I'm going to do too many plants in pots this big, otherwise I'll be buying a lorry load of bark. Well, sounds like someone's starting to use a chainsaw in the background, so it's a good time as any to stop the video just as I finished repotting it. I don't know if it's a white, yellow, green, it's not likely to be a pink guava. I think originally, this came from Victoriana Nursery, but it had a Dutch label on it. So it's from a Dutch grower, which means it's probably just a regular white guava grown from the cutting, I would say. Hopefully you can hear me over the background noise anyway. So I'll give this a good watering, and then I'm going to give it a good spray for the mealybugs. I'm just going to use one that I've purchased from B&Q, especially as that chainsaw's getting noisier. So that's my guava, that's pruned and potted up for you. The spraying I won't do on camera, there's no need to. Thanks for watching, please give me a thumbs up. Please share the video if you think it's useful or interesting to anybody. Obviously subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, and click on the bell if you'd like updates on this and my other tropicals. I'll catch up with you all soon, hopefully on a quieter day. Brett out for now.